What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another NECA Toys action figure review on Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron Mark 43 1/4 scale collectible figure. If you're trying to pick this up, it is available at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Thanks so much, NECA Toys, for making this review possible. If you want to see the latest from them, check the links below. And also, big thanks to patron Joey for making this review possible. He won this figure in the lottery. Thanks so much, man, for letting me review this. And I really like the packaging over here. I think this looks really cool. I like the window box, and then it explains that you got some light up features over here. And then you get this arc reactor painted on there. I think that looks really nice. And then on the side, you can see a couple of poses. And then on the back, you can see how the design of the armor continues throughout. And there's a read up right over there. If you want to read it, pause it now. And then on this side, you get some more poses. On the top, it says Avengers Age of Ultron. And then on the very bottom, you can see all the people responsible for creating this figure. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the monstrous 1/4 scale Mark 43 Iron Man out of the packaging, looking absolutely stunning, and it stands so much better than the 1/4 scale Mark 7 Iron Man figure that we'd gotten from NECA Toys. This thing is incredible. I really love the paint apps throughout. We get some great sculpted work throughout on this thing. I really like the articulation a lot. There's some parts of the articulation that I don't like as much, but for the most part, I think this is an outstanding piece. I really like the light up features. The arc reactor over there and the helmet are both lit up. The switches are very easy to get to. You don't have to install any batteries. And really, the thing that really stands out to me the most is the paint apps on this thing. It's just very stunning. Now, the figure does come with these accessories right here. We get 6 interchangeable hands. We get a pair of fisted hands, relaxed hands, and then these tilted up repulsor blasting hands, which look really cool. And I really like the paint on all of these. We get this nice metallic red throughout all of them, and really nice black throughout all the seams and everything. You can see it mixed in right there. Looking really nice. I like that a lot. And then on these we get the translucent white plastic. On the fisted hands it's opaque, so you can see how that's just a solid white and that's a translucent white right there. Now I recommend before playing with the figure that you actually heat the whole thing up with a hairdryer because there's a lot of paint on it and the joints do get stiff. I also recommend heating up the hands before switching them out, and especially because they have this bulb that sticks out right over here, so you want to make sure that you don't break that or anything. And to demonstrate the light up feature, I like how this flap bends back right here. And just pop this hand right on there. Come on now, there you go. And then you have a switch right there, and wow, really cool looking hand effect. I really like that. And it works the same way on the other side. I love how we get some very vibrant gold throughout this figure. We get some very shiny reds as well. My settings are a little on the dark side right now, just because I want to show that on the back. You get the little switch right over here for the light up feature, so you can see right over there. You do not have to insert the batteries or anything like that. But yo, that looks sick. I really dig that a lot, man. I'm liking that. Now you get some really nice wear right over here, and then you can see that on this red section right over here. You can see some more wear and some more wash over the red. Looking very nice. I'm liking that a lot. There's the back of the head, and you can see the paint throughout. You can see how reflective the red is too. I'm really digging that a lot. Then we get some nice silver right over here with some black over it. And you can see the rest of it right over here. Now I wish they used a softer material around this area that would help with the articulation, just a little bit around the arms. I would have liked that. And then to show off the light up feature for the back, or for the front of it anyway, for the arc reactor, you just flip this down and then wham, right there. So that's really bright. You can see as I shut it off, and then turn it right back on. I like that a lot. Very cool. We get these shoulder pads right over here. Now I highly recommend posing the shoulder pads around first before you really start moving the arms around. You can see that we get some more paint detail right here around the seams and everything. You can see all the sculpted detail right there on the arm, all the tubings and stuff like that. Looks really good. I like the color variation in there. And just looking at the rest of the arm, really nice. Very nice detail. We get this flap right over here for articulation. And looking on the inside of the arm, you can see the switch. I already showed the light up feature for that part. We got a lot of nice details right here in the lower abs and everything. A little bit of a gap right there, but that's okay. I mean, we have the light up feature going on, and that does allow for articulation, so I can't be that upset about it. Then looking on the back, you can see all the details right over here too. Looking really nice. Love the color variations right there. Then right here, looking at the legs, big old heavy figure, man. Damn, this thing's huge. But look at that. I really love how the golds aren't just gold. We get some dirt on the gold areas too, There's looking at the Iron Man feet. Then we get these little panel flaps right there. Really nice. And the figure still has peg holes at the bottom. And then here's looking at the back of the figure. I really like how they have those sculpted lines right there for the joints. think that looks great. Then one thing I didn't show off here is on the back he does have his air brakes, so you can lift these up. Don't try to lift them up any higher than that. That's as far as they go. And then you can see right in here we get some really nice sculpted detail throughout. That looks really good. I'm really digging that. And I love that NECA just didn't only include the black wash over here, but we also get silver dry brushing along these edges. You can see it on this shoulder pad right here, you know? So yeah, having those touches of silver throughout on the red sections really adds some awesome detail to this piece. Now as far as the articulation goes, it's not too bad. Unfortunately, the head doesn't really look up too much, but it does look up some. You can get him looking down, so it shifts down pretty far. You also get some side-to-side movement over here, but it doesn't move side to side as much as I'd like it to. So that's as far left and right as you could really move it, and you do get quite a bit of head pivot over there. You get these double jointed shoulder pads right over here. As I said earlier, you could lift these up like so. Then you get the shoulder joint all the way going that way, and then you can get it moving forward. And like I said earlier, I wish that this was made out of a softer material or something so that you can move the arms inward more. You also get a bicep swivel right here, and you get double jointed elbows, and you can see that this elbow pad's made out of a soft plastic. Then you get these ball jointed wrists right over here. Oop, and I just popped this piece off right there. Alright, just have to port that back in. And you can see that you have the hinge right there. So that's pretty cool. And close that. You also get the diaphragm joint that churns side to side, like so. And you can pivot the diaphragm a little bit. And it does crunch forward only a tiny bit. And it does move back more so. You also get a waist swivel over here that churns. It actually doesn't really, it kind of feels like it just springs back into place. So that's a little unfortunate, and I don't want to push it any more than that. Yeah, I don't want to push it more than that. And you don't really get any pivot over there or crunching. So I don't know what the deal with that is. Oh, there it goes. Now it stays. Okay. Anyway, you get the hip joints right here that move outward very far. And you can get them to kick forward, and then this piece right over here is made out of a soft material, so you can get him kicking forward quite a bit. Yeah, come on. Well, that's as much forward as that goes. Then you also get the double jointed knees that bend in all the way like that. And then you also get the ankles that do move down some. They move up a little bit. They do have side-to-side movement, and there is some ankle pivot. I do get the ankle pivot working better on this side than on this side over here. Now this is a quarter scale figure, and it is massive. It's standing at about 19.5, 20 inches tall. And then for your giant Iron Man size comparison, here's the NECA Toys Mark 7 quarter scale Iron Man. And if you remember my review on this guy, it is a very difficult figure to get to stand, and this guy is much better as far as getting him to pose around and stand. So I'm glad NECA's improved on that. And then for your giant Avengers size comparison, here he is next to the Avengers movie Captain America, and then the Dark World Thor over there. And I do like the size difference between the Cap and the Iron Man. I still wish that Thor was a bit taller. And then here's our quarter scale Mark 43 next to the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Mark 43 diecast figure, and you can see the size difference between these two. And then here's a quarter scale Iron Man next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. You know, I used to be scared of you really big action figures, but nope, not since I got my own shield. No, no, no. And down she goes. Sweet! And with my settings dimmed over here and the lights turned on the figure, I think that looks really cool, man. I'm really digging that. I think the figure looks spectacular. Great sculpt, great paint detail on it. Unfortunately, it is a bit on the brittle side, so you want to make sure that you heat it up with a hairdryer and be very careful when you're moving these joints around and stuff. This little piece that came off, I could easily super glue that right back on there for Joey. One thing I would have liked is to have a rotation joint or something like that with these wrist guards. That would have been pretty cool. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, right over there. If you want to check out my last review, it was on the X-Men Apocalypse movie. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check the button right over there. Then the day before that, I did a review on the Marvel Legends Apocalypse Build-A-Figure from, what, 2005 or something. So that was a fun Throwback Thursday review. And if you want to check out ShartimusPrime.net, I have the Knot Dolls and the Give It Ankle Pivot t-shirts available for sale if you want to check those out. And if you want to see a photo gallery of images and the latest in Marvel news, go to MarvelousNews.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Try